Hello everyone, I'm the Peculiar Pisces and welcome to my channel. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2026, and this is Flosstube video number 87. I'm back with my weekly updates and I'm going to start it off with showing you my fair piece. I got it back from the framers and it's just right there. I'm going to go grab it real quick. So here is, ooh, look at that glare. Here is Pentecost from Practical Blackwork that I worked on all 2024 and up until I believe I finished this in August of 2025. So it is finished. It is framed. This frame is kind of similar to the Teresa Wentzler one that I have right there, but not quite. Okay, hang on. A whole bunch of windows just opened for absolutely no reason. Oh my. Okay. I don't know why, but all these windows open. So sorry about the glare. So here's Pentecost ready for the fair. As I go smashing it into the light. So for right now, it's just kind of hanging out right there for another couple more weeks, unless I can find the hardware to hang it on the wall for now. But yeah, so that's the only thing that I've gotten recently. I've been really good and not spending a lot of money on, patterns that I may never ever get to. Like, I've been very good. Okay, so let's start it off with project number 1. And project 1 is favorite designer, and for the month of May, it is Bella Filipina. And I'm working on the Daughters of Estuary. And I've been in this pink, orangey coral mermaid. So here is my progress. The last time that you saw it, I pretty much just had this done. So I've added all these stitches in here. And I've got this watercolor parked. So this one, for the week of (5/11) through 5/17, I got to put in 2 hours, 37 minutes, and 7 seconds. And it's brought my total time to 131 hours, 2 minutes, and 58 seconds. And then for this week, the week of 5/18 through 5/24, I have not gotten to work on it yet. So hopefully by the time I film next week, I will have some more progress. I don't know why, but I just sit across the room and look at this project and don't actually stitch on it. I'm not sure why that's been happening. Okay, so then project 2 is either a black work or a sampler, and for the month of May, it is a sampler piece. This is the Dutch Beauty Sampler, and I am up in this area right here. So here is my progress. So the last time you saw it, I had finished the 2 men, the 2 people, and I had a little bit of this thing in the middle. So I finished out this thing in the middle. I stitched what they're standing on. I stitched this basket thing, and then I stitched the bird, and I finished stitching down here, and then I finished stitching whatever needed to be stitched down here, and then I started. This is still on page F, but some of it carries into page G. So I'm like right at the edge of page F and G. So I think by the next time that I film, I should have finished out page F, and I should be solidly on page G, which is the last page of this row. The only thing that I haven't been paying much attention to is the stuff up here. So I will, when I finish all of this, I will go back through and make sure that I have everything up here. So this one, for the week of 5/11 through 5/17, after I filmed, when I'd filmed on Wednesday, when I'd filmed on Wednesday, I calculated it up to 97 hours total, 12 minutes and 45 seconds. So for the rest of the week, I put in an additional 2 hours, 52 minutes and 5 seconds. And then that brought my total time to 100 hours, 4 minutes, and 51 seconds. And so for that week, I got to put in a total of 1,390 stitches, and it brought my total stitch count to 19,951. So for this week, the week of 5/18 through 5/24, I've got to put in 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 4 seconds, bringing my total time to 101 hours, 32 minutes, and 55 seconds. And so far, I've put in 342 stitches, and I'm now at 20,293 total stitches complete. So I am getting there. And then project 3 is the wish list project. Ow, I just banged my knee on the desk. For the month of May, it is Tilton Crafts, and this is Winter in the Shire. And I am doing this by color completion. This is the first time I tried color completion. And while I do like color completion, I have to be very careful to make sure that white is not the first color stitched, because that was my mortal enemy, and it took me over a year to stitch all the white stitches. So I'm finally onto the second color. Okay. Hold on. It goes this way. I'm to the point right now that it's kind of hard to tell which way is up. So, oh, you can hardly see anything. So I have had to shift my scroll frame and, pull things down. So I have finished the bottom half of the piece with the second color. And so now I'm just on the top half. I feel like you can't even see any of my stitches. Ugh. I hate showing this one right now because even with the gray color, it's still so hard to see what's going on. But this one, for the week of 5/11 through 5/17, when I filmed on Wednesday, I had left it off with 87 total hours, 20 minutes, and 55 seconds. So for the rest of that week, I got to put in another 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 43 seconds. And that brought my total time to 90 hours, 7 minutes, and 39 seconds. For that week, I got to put in 1,318 stitches, and it brought my total stitch count last week to 22,997 out of 122,500, and I'm at 18.77%. Then for this week, 5/18 through 5/24, so far I've put in 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 41 seconds. And it's brought my total stitch time to 91 hours, 35 minutes, and 20 seconds. And I got to put in 246 stitches so far, bringing my stitch count to, okay, I wrote that down wrong. Now I need to see what my actual stitch count is because, oops. I wrote something down wrong because it was a less number than the one that I had just previously said. So, what did I write down wrong? Okay, I'm at 23,243, not 22,243. I was like, that's not right. So 23,243 so far out of 122,500, and I'm at 18.97%. Now, I have 2,334 stitches left of this color 672. The next color after 672 is 3756, which is showing me that it is a light blue color. I won't know how light it is until I go and purchase it, and I've only been purchasing the colors one at a time whenever I need them. So I don't think I'm going to finish all 2,334 stitches before the month ends. But I think I'll at least cut that in half. So the next time I pick this up, June, July, August, September, the next time I pick this up in September, I should be able to finish out 762 and start the next color. What I say it was 3756. And that color, I have 5,902 stitches. I can't wait to see it when the third color is brought in. Like, that is going to be so exciting because right now it's just white and light silvery gray. And while I can physically see them, it doesn't translate very well into camera. So I'm hoping that the third color will really start to bring things together. Hopefully. But I will come up with a plan to try to remember in, oh gosh, when did I do these? September. Okay. Last year, I think it was last year in September, I was trying to stitch every single day and I was trying to get like a certain amount done so that I would get that color done for, then. And it just didn't work out, but I got really, really close. Like, I might do that again in September when I pick this back up again and just figure out how many stitches I need a day and then try to surpass that so that I get it very quickly done. Okay, and then project 4 is my Stash Buster piece. This is from Candamar, excuse me, like the hiccups almost again. This is from Candamar Designs, artwork by Christian Reese Lassen, and this is called the Silent Journey Picture. This was one that I know that I had started years ago, and then I've misplaced it. So I've repurchased the kit so that I could finish it. Okay, and then so here is my progress. So from the last time that you saw it, I think I had just done a little bit in here. So I've just been bringing it down. I'm finally on one of the whale colors. It's a black with the black filament. So yeah, I'm like almost to the end of this quarter. So I think the next time that I pick this up in September, I should probably finish out this quarter, I think. I think. That sounds looks pretty accurate to me. So yeah, I'm excited. Oh, I just showed it. I didn't talk. Uh-oh. Why do all these windows keep popping up today? That's driving me crazy. Okay, so for the week of May 11th through the 17th, when I filmed on Wednesday, I had left it off with 49 hours, 57 minutes, and 49 seconds. And so for the week of 5/11 through 5/17, I finished it off adding another 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 43 seconds. And it's brought my total time to 52 hours, 27 minutes, and 33 seconds. And then for this week, 5/18 through 5/24, I got to put in so far 44 minutes and 15 seconds. So it's now brought my total time to 53 hours, 11 minutes, and 48 seconds. So yeah, I'm rocking and rolling on all of these pieces. Okay, so that is my 4 main projects. I did get some temperature stitching in. So I filmed last week on the 13th. So I didn't do any temperature projects on the 13th. On the 14th, it was 79 degrees here. And that is the Granny Square blanket. This is the book that I'm working out of, Patchwork Afghans Through the Year, and this is book number 2. The copyright on this bad boy is 2001. So I think I purchased this shortly after I graduated high school. So the project that I'm working on is this one. I just changed a lot of the colors. And okay, so I finished out the last 5 rows for this row. So this row is now finished out. Okay, and so now I have to stitch some more of the purple squares, but I have to do the next 5 rows stitching out purple, like actually stitching out purple squares, because I apparently didn't make enough of the purple ones, whereas I made enough of all the others. So I must have gotten too impatient as I was doing the purple ones, and then just put it together as I could, and then just decided to piecemeal it as I go. But this is to the bottom. So like I do have from the top to the bottom put together, and now I just need to finish doing the inside. So I do need to stitch out more purple blocks. I've said that many, many times now for the last couple of minutes, but and then I need to put together the next flower. So yeah, I did get some nice noticeable progress, because I feel like I've been missing that corner square for so long. Okay, and then on the 15th, it was 77 degrees, and that's the purple baby blanket. This is the pattern. It's called the Bashful Teddy Blanket from Mary Maxim. This, whenever I purchased it, was a full kit. So it came with the instructions, it came with all of the yarn that you needed. It came with this nice little carry bag. The only thing that didn't come was the hook. This is what it's going to look like. And I am down in row 12. And I got very frustrated with this because I kept mixing up row 10 and 11 as I was stitching it, and I had to frog it and redo it, and frog it and redo it, and frog it and redo it. And I was like, man, as many times as I've had to frog this back up to this area right here, I was like, I should be on like row 15 by now. So I got frustrated with myself with not properly reading the pattern. So I'm almost done with this first skein of yarn. This is still the first skein of yarn. Okay. So I'm just working, still in the bottom. I'm still in the teddy bear's feet. This is so floppy and hard to see. But it's a fillet crochet and I can't wait for it to be done. Okay, and then on 5/18, it was 50 degrees. And that is the Doctor Who diamond painting. So here's what it's going to look like. And I got a pretty good chunk of this done from the last time that you saw it. Like this whole thing is completely filled in. So yeah, it's coming along. And so yesterday was 49 degrees, which would have been the granny square blanket. But I was not feeling good yesterday. And so I didn't do any of my projects yesterday, including my cross stitching, because I wasn't feeling it. But that is it. That is my weekly update. On Sunday, I will be working on my 2026 birthday start. I am working on Heaven and Earth designs. This was the Valentine's 2024 freebie. And this is called Venus, and I'm doing this one by color completion. I'm only working on this on a day that coincides with my birthday. So for this month, it will be on Sunday, the 24th. And I will work on it as much as I possibly can. Hopefully I get around 1,000 stitches. Like that's sort of my goal whenever I work on that project because that's the only project that I'm going to work on for the 24th is the Venus. So yeah, so it's a weekend. I don't know how much time I'm actually going to get on it, but I'm hoping to get around 1,000 on it. And then this Friday is my kids' last day of school, and they're going to be getting out early, so my whole stitching schedule is going to be off on Friday. And so because the kids are home and there's a lot going on, I will be using the Tiny Decisions app, and I will just spin of my 4 projects one piece and then just work on that as I can throughout the day when my kids give me peace. Now, my youngest is really excited because I found a new craft involving pipe cleaners. And so she's really excited for school to come out or to get out because she wants to do this pipe cleaner craft with me. So I might be showing a lot of that in the upcoming weeks because I'm probably not going to get my usual amount of stitching in. And so that's everything. I'm unsure right now if I will be filming next week since the kids are out. For the summer, I may be moving to like an every other filming week. But we'll see. I'm just gonna play it by ear. So some days I may film every week, and then some weeks I may have to do it every other week. So it just depends what I'm doing with the kids, where we are, and then I have that big road trip coming up in a couple of weeks. So it's gonna be a little all over the place on when I get to film and how much stitching I get done. So just bear with me for the summer. And in August, when the kids go back to school, everything will go back to normal. I'm also debating when the kids go back to school, switching the day that I film. I originally started filming on a Monday, and then I ended up switching to filming on a Friday, and currently I am filming on Wednesdays. So feel free to drop a comment letting me know what filming schedule you prefer for the new school year once August hits, whether you want me to go back to Mondays, if you want me to remain on Wednesdays, or if you want me to wait until Fridays. Just let me know what you're thinking so that I can start figuring out the future plans for school year. So that is it. I will see everyone hopefully next week, but if not, in 2 weeks. So bye for now.